Welcome to the fifth video of the reconciliation training. This one is called Steps 4, Cash and Other Expenses, and 5, Expense Allocations and the Reconciliation Process. I want to take us back through what we have done over the past couple videos in order to get us to where we need to be right now. So go to Internet Explorer and log into oracle.moody.edu like we have done in the past. Go to MBI Internet Expenses, click it, and Expenses Home will pop down like we have done. And now we are to the Expenses homepage. And like I've shown you in past videos, how we would go to Create Expense Report, and that would lead us through the expense reporting process. Well, since I have done that over the last few videos, I now have an expense report that is in progress and has attached my transactions to it. And so, thus, there is no reason for me to create an expense report. This is a good lesson. Let's say if you were creating an expense report and you had to close out all of a sudden, or were not able to finish in any way, that expense report will be saved with the transactions within them. So all you need to do is go to this homepage and look under Update Expense Reports and click this update icon to the one that your transactions are connected to. So let's do that. Let's click the update icon. And now I'm on step 1. Like I said, we don't need really to do anything on the screen except for alternate approver, which is in very rare cases. So let's click next. Go to the second one. You saw that I have connected. These are my two transactions that are 10 days old, meaning 10 days ago I received an email saying I have transactions to reconcile. So let's go on to step 3. And this one looks like it's going to make me do it over again. So this is what we did last time, right? I'm going to go down to 93265, office expense supplies. And I said I am doing both of these the same because they were supposed to be one transaction, but the vendor actually split them into two. So it should be the same expense type and justification because they are the same transaction. So like I said before, in justification, what we need is a detailed description and business purpose. So what I put was, let's scroll over to see, pens and notepads purchased for Brenda Crump's office, meaning she asked me to purchase pens and notepads for her use in the office. And so that has my detailed description and business purpose in there. And so I'm going to do that for both of those. And then we mentioned a little bit about the details icon here, but there's a tutorial on that. So let's go to next. And this is step 4. This is where this tutorial actually starts. Now we are on to step 4. As you can see, this screen looks very similar to the screen we had before. The only difference is that there are not any pre-populated fields within the boxes at all, but it does have the same date, receipt amount, expense type, and justification field as the screen before. This is where you would add a personally paid business expense, meaning that you spent personal resources for a Moody business expense and are seeking reimbursement. Keep in mind, policy states you should always use the Moody credit card for all your business expenses and never use personal resources for business purchases. There are several reasons for this policy, including the high internal costs for Moody to reimburse you for these transactions. Anything that you enter on this screen, a check will be generated in Oracle through accounts payable and will be mailed to your home address. So please do not enter anything here unless you used personal resources for a Moody expense that you should be reimbursed for and your supervisor has approved. You would still enter all the same information into all the boxes as detailed in step 3. Now we can go ahead and click the next button to step 5 since I do not have any cash expenses. On step 5, this is where you can change the fund, cost center, and project ID if necessary. For this example, we do not need to change the cost center since the employee that I purchased the products for is within my department. But say I did purchase these products for another department or an employee in another department, I would need their cost center, and you could type it in here or look it up in the magnifying glass here. That would change where this expense is going in terms of department. If you don't need to change your cost center, fund, or project ID, which will be the case for most people most of the time, like me here, step 5 is a good time for you to check your justification to make sure it has a detailed description and business purpose, and if you have this correct, expense type. If you find that you need to change your justification or the expense type, the best thing to do is to just press this back button here and go back to step 3 and do so here. Always use this back button and next button and never the back button on your browser. That will mess things up for you. So always use the back and next button. So as I see here, I do have a detailed description, pens and notepads, and business purpose, Brenda's office, and so we're all set there, as well as the expense types are the ones that I was told. So let's go next, back up to step 5, and everything is all set. So once everything is correct on step 5, I can click the next button, which will take us to step 6, and thus go to the next tutorial on step 6 and finishing your expense report.